the sexual behavior of the elites has percolated down through society. And one of the things about being the royal family, for example, and getting away with sexual misdemeanors is you have the money and the power to do so. If you get a woman pregnant, you have the money to pay for her to be looked after.
Or you behead her.
Or you can behead her, in a much less enlightened age. We certainly don't want to go back to beheading of people.
But they thought they were enlightened at the time. I mean,
that's very true.
The French Revolution was pure enlightenment, and they beheaded everyone.
That was very problematic, yes. But I think what we see today is the sexual behavior that could be sustained among a small elite has become the default behavior of an awful lot of society. My friend Rusty Reno, the editor at First Things, has made I've heard him make this comment on a number of occasions, something to the effect that the mortgage payments on the sexual revolution that's promoted by Hollywood elites are paid on the streets of Philadelphia. What does he mean by that? Well, some Hollywood star has an affair or his family falls apart. There's money, there's a whole economic framework there that means the damage is limited, the kids aren't going to be destitute, etc., etc. When you have rampant sex outside of marriage, sex without commitment in the hood on the streets of Philadelphia, you end up with social chaos. And I think what we're seeing today is the sexual revolution has percolated down to levels of society that are leading to degrees of social chaos that I think in the long term are unsustainable for the sustaining of a flourishing and healthy society.
And the idea there is, in the Roman society, if you're a peasant, you're not going to be you're not a sexual libertine because you're too busy working for your to even exist. Yeah.
Or you live in a village and hey, you get that girl pregnant. Well, her dad, her mum, her brothers and sisters, they're going to want to have a word with you. They've got a great plan for your life. And that involves you making sure that you fulfill your responsibilities to this girl. Same in 19th century England. So I think what we're seeing today, and again, it brings us back to technology. Technology allows us to imagine we can get away with this stuff. But in actual fact, we're not getting away with it.
Well, we're all wealthier than we've ever been. The poverty rate what is poverty today is very different than poverty 100 years ago. And, the amount of people who are malnourished and hunger compared to 100 years ago, it's a dramatic improvement.
Yeah.
And so it's what are we doing with this dramatic improvement that we have?
Yeah. And there are kinds of wealth. There's the wealth that's financial, but there's the wealth that's emotional and social as well. Is a society where people are per capita poorer, but are found in solid, loving homes. That society, I would say, is in a sense wealthier. When we think of wealth, our minds are gripped by the idea of money and financial capital assets. I think societies can be wealthy in other ways that are perhaps just as, if not more important.